Hello everyone, it's Alexis. Sorry my hair's a bit messy. I've been out in the rain today, it's been absolutely pouring, and sorry my video routine's kind of gone away at the moment. I promise on Monday the whole one video every Monday routine will commence. I've just had a lot on my mind at the moment, and I've also just had a lot to do. In my last video I was talking about the problem of Rierra, the popular ship of Ramin Karimloo and Sierra Boggess after they starred together in Love Never Dies and The Phantom of the Opera as the Phantom and Christine. Luckily, I've not received any unsavoury comments yet from that video. Well, today I'm going to be doing part 2 in the Rierra series about how Ramin and Sierra starring in The Phantom of the Opera has led casting directors and fans alike to typecast both of them and expect them to always be in the same thing together. I have heard so many fans just wanting Ramin Karimloo and Sierra Boggess just to be in everything together. Whenever I see a video online of Ramin Karimloo performing a song with any actress or singer that is not Sierra Boggess, I just see the comments are just full of comments such as, "Oh, he should have performed it with Sierra, that should be Sierra there," or even, "Why is he betraying Sierra, how could he?" Even if, like, Sierra wasn't really right for the role that's being played by the other actress that is not Sierra. For example, if Rebecca ever comes back to Broadway or the West End, I would love to see Ramin Karimloo play Maxim de Winter, and originally when it was going to be performed in English on the West End and Broadway, Sierra was casted as the role of I, even though Ramin was never considered for Maxim at that point. I saw one comment once replying to my comment about how I'd love to see Ramin as Maxim, saying that Sierra had originally been cast as I and that they should perform it together because they've got such great chemistry, and like, I just don't think Sierra really embodies the role in Rebecca. Like, I think she's amazing, but I'd rather see someone like Eva Noblezada play the role. I think she'd be much more suited. Another example is when Ramin was in Murder Ballad and he sung the song Mouth Tattoo with Kerry Ellis, and there was at least one commenter in the YouTube video of Mouth Tattoo saying that it should be Sierra that he's singing it with. This is particularly prevalent whenever Ramin performs any songs from Phantom of the Opera or stars in Phantom of the Opera with any actress who isn't Sierra. For example, when he performed some of the songs in Soul with Anna O'Byrne, who played Christine in the Australian production of Phantom of the Opera, there were people on Facebook going on about how they're just so disappointed that he's not doing it with Sierra, and just like, they're not joined at the hip. Like, he can perform the role with others. It really just seems to feed into what I was talking about in my previous video about them shipping them, like, people just want them to just be together all the time. I'm also going to be talking about typecasting relating to this, which has happened a bit for Sierra, but it's particularly happened for Ramin. Before Ramin ever played the Phantom, he played roles like Chris in Miss Saigon, Enjolras in Les Mis, and even Marius at one point, and he even played Raoul in The Phantom before he ever played the Phantom himself. But ever since he became known for playing the Phantom, he's been given a lot more dark, brooding roles, such as Archibald in The Secret Garden, and mostly characters that seem to fit the same formula as Phantom of the Opera, such as Tom in Murder Ballad, Gleb in Anastasia, and most recently Che in Evita, although he's played that role plenty of times before, like, I'm pretty sure he's played it several times. These characters are essentially dark, brooding, slightly creepy but sympathetic guys who are just unhealthily obsessed with the main female heroine. This leads to something slightly more political and controversial, which I think I need to bring up. Ramin is a person of colour, and he's often cast as these dark roles who are very possessive and predatory over a sweet, innocent, white girl. This plays into horrible stereotypes about men of colour being predatory and dangerous towards white women, which are deeply rooted in racism and misogyny and have terrible and very real consequences for men of colour. Some people might not think that that last point was necessary, but it was. We need to talk about these things, and I've included a link in the description bar to an article by Everyday Feminism talking about this in a lot more detail and explaining it much better than I ever could. Rierra has been typecasted too, but not quite as much as Ramin, from what I can see. She often plays the beautiful woman who everybody loves, or the ingenue, such as Ariel in The Little Mermaid, who she did play before Christine, but I still think it counts. And she's also played Christine and Lily in The Secret Garden, and was also supposed to play I in Rebecca, but I sort of feel like they only really cast her in that because they were like, who usually plays an ingenue and is popular? Without really considering whether or not she embodies the role that much, but that's just my opinion. I also find that just like everyone always seems to want Ramin and Sierra to basically do the Phantom of the Opera every time they're in a musical. Like, everything always comes back to Phantom of the Opera with these people. This sort of leads back to the point I made in my previous video about people not really knowing the difference between fantasy and reality, and sort of wanting Ramin and Sierra to be the Phantom and Christine rather than just play them, forgetting that not only are they real people, but they can play other roles. Please like, comment your thoughts on this subject, and subscribe, and possibly share this video as it'll go to helping my channel grow. Next week I will be talking about Ariana Grande and the hype before her next album. The video will be out on Monday, I really promise this time. See you next Monday, bye!